I'd like to share a journal with you. I just made this journal for my daughter for a birthday present. And I'd made a couple of composition book junk journals as Christmas presents. But I wanted to try my hand at gutting a book and doing a junk journal. So this is about 9 by 6. It's got a 1 1/4 inch spine, which next time I think I'll have to make my own book because that's not very thick and I wanted to put a lot more things in it. Anyway, the front of it has got a free download. It is an Arm & Hammer Church & Sons soda. They've got a lot of pictures online of pretty birds, and it's mounted on cheesecloth and music paper and a pattern paper. Lots of sewing. And I also put some special things on the front. I've got a button collage up here, and these buttons are from my grandmother and mother and my husband's mother. And I've got these 4 buttons down here at the bottom. Make sure they're in view. These buttons represent her 2 daughters and her husband. And all of this has been sealed with an artist medium. She likes yellow, pink. She loves roses. And the book, I tried several different colors, but I ended up covering it with a muslin. And then, actually, it raised up and I had to sand it a little bit. But I ended up with this pretty pink color. It's a little shimmery. And here's the pattern paper that I put on the back. Got grommets here, top and bottom here to hold the bow. Extra security for the signature that I glued inside. So, let's go inside. I've just got some seam binding on there. Let's see, there we go. And on the inside here, some of the things that my daughter likes to do is sewing. She likes wildlife, flowers. She loves to travel. And so these are the things that I put in this book for her. This is a vintage pattern. It's a Vogue. And I put the instructions here in the front. And this is all sealed. I've got music paper here, coffee dyed. And it's got a napkin from Tuesday morning that I decoupaged on here, which I love because you can see the music notes through it. And this lace I put here on the side, this is lace from a tablecloth I had when she was a little girl. And you know, the new thing is our kids don't want our stuff when we grow old. And since I've downsized and moved a lot of things around, I thought, well, you know, this is something I can cut up and put in this book of memories for her. So that's what the lace is, and that's also the lace here that I'm filming on. This is an envelope I got from Tuesday morning. I did a stamp collage on it, and I put some journaling paper in here. I put lines on most of the journaling paper that I've got here. Coffee dyed. All the paper is coffee dyed, some with instant, some with regular coffee. Got quite crispy and quite dark. This is the pattern paper. I'm not sure which book it's from. I'll put that in the description. But this is a free download, and it's a bird, and I've just backed it on some cardstock I got from Joann's. And the ribbon here is not really ribbon, it's a fabric. It's called a silky fabric from Joann's. And I just tore it into strips and then kind of frayed the edges a little bit to get all the extra fibers off of it. And I used it in the book quite a bit, like right here. And I think it came out really nice. It's a great way to make ribbon. Here's a little side pocket. That's the tissue from that pattern. Over here, I've got a little peekaboo pocket, and that's inspired by Nick the Booksmith. This isn't cooked because it seems like when I cooked the parchment paper, it seemed to get too crispy. Here's a little bauble on a Tim Holtz safety pin. Thought that was cute. Here's a little, this is a quilt, free download. I just made a little booklet for journaling. I've got some stamping up here. This is a little cardstock I made into like a bag pocket, except I didn't have any bags, and although they do make a nice sound, they are more fragile, so I made the pocket out of this brown cardstock and stamped it. Here is more journaling paper. Here is a tuck spot I made with some music paper, and I backed that with brown cardstock. And here's a pocket. Nothing's in this pocket. This is ready for her to load. Music paper, I'm thinking of you. And she doesn't live close to me, and so I think of her a lot. Miss her. Memories over here. This is a mailing envelope, and I've got a little card inside here, free download. It says a birthday greeting. A lot of the pretty little vintage girls and stuff were birthday greetings, so hoping she journals on that, maybe about a birthday. Zipper. I found zippers and a lot of ribbon, and a lot of the contents here we got at Goodwill. This is a wrapping paper that my sister sent me a birthday present in this year, and this is a muslin ruffle that I put at the top. Here we have a tuck spot. Let me get a little card from over here. Here's a tuck spot. And here is some coffee dyeing, and Nick the Booksmith was talking about it, and she put some salt on it. So that's what I did. I think it came out pretty interesting. A little ruffle with a tuck spot here. Here's a tab with a collage on it, a stamping collage. And here's the pattern. So I cut it open. I did some sewing around the edge, and then I sewed it into the middle of the book. And inside, I've got another little booklet, and this is all decoupage, which has got a really nice feel to it. This is another napkin from Tuesday morning, front and back. And I just put some papers in it. And I've got an envelope in the middle of the signature, all coffee dyed. And that's going to be something, that'll be durable, so she can put that in her purse if she chooses to and travel with it. Here's another little bauble on a safety pin. And that is bleached muslin. More journaling. Lots of journaling in here. This is a little collage medium that I put together. And didn't have a room for many of those in here because the book filled up so quickly. I had to keep it from getting too thick. Anyway, I've got a couple cards here for journaling. I'll put lines on the inside of those too. The music paper, I've got another ruffle. And I made this tuck spot here with a book page, and I put the brown cardstock on it. And this is a postcard that I got, and it's in French, and a lot of botany, and there's traveling, and a whole assortment of them. It makes a great journaling card because it's nice and thick. So here is some more of that pattern paper, or the tissue, and here's a card that I did a free download. Little tuck spot here, page backed with the stiffer paper, and this is a free download here. And in a pocket here, I've got another letter for journaling. This journal has got 2 signatures. Did a lot of sewing in it. Got a lot of ribbons on the top here, and I've got a lot of tails on the bottom. And if Katy, if you don't like all these tails of these strings, you can cut them down, cut them off, whatever, but I think they're kind of neat hanging there. So, this is more of that coffee dyed paper, and as dark as it got, it is, it hasn't burnt, so it's still pretty sturdy. More paper. Here's the other side of that pocket I made out of that cardstock. And then here is close to the back of the signature, and this is another postcard I got. I really like them because they're nice and sturdy. And this has got an assortment of birds. This is some Tim Holtz ephemera, little peekaboo pocket. More of that lace. More sewing reference, and some music here. And this is a little, most of the cards I have here are little booklets. I like to write like a little story, or if I see the grandkids, I like to write, you know, some of the funny things they say. And I need a little extra room, so those are real nice. This has got a dress form on it, which indicates this section. Over here, it's got a world, which indicates the next section, which is dedicated to traveling. And this is the back of that napkin that I've got on the front. And story about these maps is my mother and father saved these maps from National Geographic. And she carried them around forever, and then I inherited them, and I didn't want to throw them away. And these maps are from the 60s and 70s. And a lot of places I've kept it where you can see the copyright on them. Anyway, so I finally found a use for them, which pleases me. So they travel a lot, and so I put in some of the places they travel to. This is Russia. Here is more of that pattern paper with some lace. And Hotel Excelsior there. And I've got some more little peekaboo pockets here with some ephemera that can be journaled on the back. Journaling paper. Made these pockets here. This is of parchment paper. And these cards, like that other card, they're all in French. So I don't know what they say, but they're pretty. I've got journaling space on the back, so that's nice. I cut these down to fit in here. This map is from Antarctica, and I did some dyeing beside coffee. I did some beet juice, so I got some pretty colors of the beet juice there. Here's the back. More journaling. Map. Got a little tuck spot here. Excuse me. Tuck spot. And here I've got, here's Finland. I've got a little journaling card in there for her. I wanted to put more journaling cards, but got so full I couldn't close it. I love this. This is a little free download. It's a luggage tag from long ago. Here's a letter, I guess airmail. Pony Express. And I got a lot of these stamps. I really like these stamps. I thought that made a cute tab. More of these images that I made into postcards. And this right here is a tourist map of Washington, D.C. And this was in the maps. I really like that. Nice and thick. More paper for journaling. Here's another postcard that I made for her to journal on. And a little slide-out card in here. Oh, here is National Geographic The World. So this is another little booklet I made. I've got some Tim Holtz ephemera on it. I've got some free downloads, stamps, and it's just paper. And then I've sealed it and stamped it and aged it. And it's real sturdy, so that will be something that hopefully she can travel with, so it'll hold up. Here is an envelope in the middle of the signature. Here's another little booklet, and this tuck spot was not very sturdy, so I put a big paper clip on it. More journaling and more. Other side of that map. And here is a tuck spot with another postcard and a tab. Another one over here. Oh, and here's some Trivial Pursuit. Her and her husband are into geography and history. So they're good to have on your team if you're going to play Trivial Pursuit. There's more of that salt on the paper. Came out really interesting. Map. Here's the other side of those maps. And one of the things I found online was some Amelia Earhart. And she's a very brave, courageous, adventurous woman. She reminds me of my daughter, so I put a little Amelia Earhart references in here. And I've got more here on Amelia Earhart. This is an image of her. Airplane, and this is first flight over Lake Erie. And she carried that airmail. Here's the end of the signature. Here is the end of the book. It's got lace, and I've got this last bit of the map. This is one of the places she went, St. Petersburg. So they're in here to remind her of some of her memories that she has, and then for her to make new memories. Interesting thing, this is more of that instructions on that Vogue pattern. And if you look at the measurements on a pattern from the 80s or the 60s, completely different from the measurements that we have today as far as sizing goes. Thought that was interesting. But anyway, there's the back of the book. And this book is for my daughter for her birthday, and I'd better get it in the mail. Happy birthday, Katy. Oh, I forgot to mention the ladies that inspired me to do this. Nick the Booksmith, Innkeeper, which is Sue Olson, I believe, Pink Poodle Crafts, Ephemera's Garden. Oh, there were so many more, but those are the ones that I can just remember offhand. I looked at a lot of Sugar's videos. May made it. All these little good ideas on how to make pockets or or how to junk your journal, and how to make the outside of it, and you know, just trial and error. You know, it takes a long time the first time you make one, but I'm supposing that each time after that it'll be a lot shorter. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for the inspiration, ladies. Bye.